Welcome to today's episode of the Wellness Podcast. I am your host, Cheche, as usual. So today we'll be talking about a very interesting topic. I promised to bring the heat on heat. I'm still going to bring the heat on heat. So today I have very interesting, different perspectives, different spectrums, type of panel on our podcast. So I'm going to let my guests introduce themselves. So on my left, I have my first guest.
Am I a guest? It's your girl D, like Daphney as usual. Ready to spice it up and talk about the very, very, very good topic. It's gonna be heated up, and today it's going to be, I don't know, emotional. It's going to be funny, but it's gonna be lit. And the one and only
Chief Bazenga over here, the fire extinguisher, in case things get too hot. Guys, but I'm here with you guys all through. Yes.
And we have our guests.
Hey guys, Jared here, new guy. So let's see where this goes.
The reserved Mr. Yeah?
By the way, he's very cute. We're just saying. No, it's good to give compliments where it is.
It's allowed.
Kama chief mwenye ukimwona unasema guy.
Mama Wellness talks about being very vocal.
Okay?
Shoot your shots.
It's just complimenting. You compliment where it is due. You see a good car, you say it has good wheels, it has good tires. You know, it's like chief. Chief ukimwona I say. Anyway, Cheche, start us off.
I told you that our topic today will be very controversial, yeah? It's going to get a little bit personal. It's going to get a little bit to the heart. We're talking about family. Family is a very touchy topic to talk about, yeah?
True.
It's very different perspectives, different families. We're going to be talking about the family setup in different generations, the roles and expectations from our own parents and also the community, Generation Z versus millennials and the other old generation.
The question, the other ones wanaitwanga, kuna millennials, kuna Generation X, na Z, hao wengine wanaitwanga?
And let's just call them the old. Then one last thing that someone has suggested that you talk about. Would you actually marry a woman with a child? I'd like to pose that question to our gents. Bazenga, would you actually marry a woman who has a child? And it's not a child.
I would think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for some reason, I've been brought up in a family that is tulikuwa na watu wengi.
Yes.
So I stayed with my cousins, with my cousins, as in we're just a whole family. So I don't have a problem with staying with people, you know. So we didn't really mind having a like-minded.
But you see, Chief, you're taking a whole person who is not your blood, someone that's come from somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking him or she as your own. Are you ready to be called dad? Are you ready to take the duties of a father? Are you ready to change diapers if they're of that age?
I will I'll answer your question with a question. When I'm choosing to marry you, when did I know you? These are different persons. They are coming with as they are, a whole package. It's you to accept this is what I can deal with. So it's not a photo for me. I really don't consider it to be a big deal.
So for you, is the woman comes with a child as a package?
It's a whole package. It's part of her. You can't remove that part of her. If you love her, you're loving her completely. So you can't take away that part of her. That's just my view of it.
Interesting.
To our listeners, Ebu, would you take another person's child to be your own?
Comments down below and let us know, you know.
Actually, Ebu, just to add on that, would it be a problem if the father is very much involved in the child's life and they're always willing to be there, to a point where it also kind of brings a problem ati mbona huyu mwanaume mwingine anachukua duties zangu?
Kindly note terms and conditions apply. Terms and conditions apply.
Accept.
If the main lion is still existing in the threshold, because of course that will bring a lot of friction. It will bring friction. But this is a chick, which is I don't know, for most situations, the guy left, was not there. She has just been bringing up the child by herself. I mean, come on, you're getting full experience. So for me, it's not really a big deal. But I kindly note that those sentiments are not shared by my family members. They are not shared. And then my daddy has me mentioning that thing right now. Hey. I will be disowned. But to be honest, we're in the 21st century. Is it the 21st or the 20th or something? It's the 21st, right?
Yes.
And you need to be adaptable, Manzi. You need to be adaptable. Don't lose out on a good person just because of
a small baggage.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a strong man. I can carry.
Well, we're strong.
Yes, emphasis on the strong.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Kindly note.
Mr. Reserved,
Yeah.
what is your view on a woman who has a child?
Allow me to play the devil's advocate.
Yeah. Kindly.
I would not.
Why?
Okay. Because it takes a certain kind of man to appreciate the fact that the woman he likes or loves or whatever has a child. And rightly, as Bazu has said, now you bring the issue of family, like now his dad willing to be for that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Then also the fact that now if you have a child, for instance,
Yeah.
and I want to marry you,
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
Which means now you will have to co-parent with the child's dad.
Mm-hmm.
What if the child's dad is not in the picture?
Wait first. Which also means you will have to sort of be in contact with the child's dad, which I'm not really into. If someone is your ex, they are your ex.
Let them die. Yeah.
Now, if the parent isn't in the picture,
Mm-hmm.
say for instance, if they are late or something, same thing, I just wouldn't. For my peace of mind and the morals I stand for, I just wouldn't. Not to say that it's bad, but for me, I wouldn't.
I want to flip this question. Bring it back to us women. You know, I have been in a situation where I talked to someone who had a child and they insisted on, having a thing. For me, it's I'm sorry, but no. No.
Really?
No.
Why?
First of all, from my own experience, the person used to talk to the baby mama. Yeah? There's a reason why you guys are not together. But as much as you're talking to the baby mama because of the child, which I get, it's fine. But then I asked this boy, that is what I would refer to him as. I asked this boy about, oh, you still talk to the baby mama? Then I was like, yeah, no problem with that. So why do you guys talk? You see, at the end of the day, I would like my son to grow up in a family where the mother and the father are loving. I was just like, peace out. I'm not ready to compete for attention. If I'm the queen, I'm the queen. I'm the queen to your heart. I will rule your heart. You rule my heart, I rule your heart. It's that simple. I'm sorry, but no.
For me, I think it depends if the mommy just keeps her boundaries, because it's important for a kid to know the biological mother.
No problem with that.
And if this mommy knows that I can't step boundaries where sasa anaanza kuniletea sijui virugo or stuff like that, ni sawa. I will accept this guy with the baby and we will live okay. As long as hakuna shida. Because for me, I mean, it's not the problem of this child to go through a back and forth. If I really love this guy and I really love this child, I will accept them. But as long as I'm not getting calls from the baby mama ati sijui mbona hujafanya nini, or why you stepping boundaries, blah blah blah, hapo sasa ndio nitaweka vikwazo niseme no and it's done. But if it's a smooth and okay, then bruh, I'm willing to accept both the guy and this child. Your first question was this guy you've been talking nini, and he happens to tell you that akona mtoi. You know, that's a different situation.
Capital no. let the story just end there. Capital no.
So what happens to these guys if people like you say no?
No, you see, the people out there who will accept them. Me, I'll not. It's that simple. I'll not.
Said and done.
Yeah.
Said and done.
Our late guest is finally here. Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Jess Kasanza.
Yeah, she's a YouTuber, an influencer, an Instagrammer. She's the baddest content creator out there. So I'd like to pose one question to her on our earlier discussion. Would you marry a man with a child?
I don't think so. No, I can't.
You can't?
Yeah.
Why?
I think I don't like the baby mama drama and stuff unless the mother is not there.
Let's say there's no drama from the baby mama.
Still, I want to be comfortable because kind of jealous and stuff.
Really?
Jealousy
Yeah.
joined the chat.
Yeah. Like I just can't. The fact that they have to talk about the kid, it's a big deal for me.
You have it, folks.
I thought this would be an easy thing. Yet, yeah, me tam accept too.
No.
Sini mtoto. Kumbe, jealousy plays a big role.
Yeah.
Lakini mtoto, I feel like kama mamake maybe amepass. I'm sorry. But vitu kama hizo, but if the mother is still alive.
So you're praying death for the baby mama?
Not really.
The baby mama
But
will
what
be
if
struck with
the
them.
mother is there but
They don't talk.
deadbeat, no role at all?
Unless she's married. They can cause it.
For her, eliminate the baby mama.
Yeah, for
That's
me,
the only
that's
thing.
it, yeah.
Yes. So on to the next part of this podcast. We'd like to talk about the family setup in different generations. So in the older generation, amesema nitoba Bazenga ama Mabazu.
Chief amesema anaitwa Mabazu.
Mabazu. For Mabazu, the family is set up straight from courtship. Actually, I don't think there was courtship, yeah, because of arranged marriages. No?
Ama mnapatana tu kwa nini? Kwa mto mnaongea kiasi kidogo ushaletewa bibi.
Mimi niko na maanti walibebwa manzi.
Oh, by the
Right.
Yeah.
In the Luo tradition, like you're just kidnapped. You're taken. Unaenda unafungiwa kwa hiyo mlango. Hiyo mlango ikifungwa tu hivi. Na
Ushakuwa
uko
bibi
ndani.
watu.
You're the bibi yake done. It doesn't matter. Once that door is closed, you're the wife. So they are living quite well.
The new generation will not accept that.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
fight. I will beat and bite. The
But
men who carry me.
don't you think kind of it works because you tend to learn to love this person?
No. No.
We learn to love.
There's a
No,
reason.
it's because you see, umeletewa mtu, okay, sawa, si nimeletewa, acha nijaribu kumjua. Wanze tu kumlani unaona tu, bede smile yake ni supu. Next week unaona, macho zake ni poa. Kidogo akona mikono mzuri.
Alafu upate macho yake si supu na meno yake si poa na mikono yake inakaa vibaya.
For me, I think they didn't have an option for that.
No, but
Did
say
they?
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't have an option.
no, but say
There
you
wasn't
see.
options.
Yeah.
Previously, they were looking at compatibility.
Yeah.
When these people would leave the homestead to go look for your suitable partner, there were things they were looking at. The elder generation used to say, the things that an older man can see sitting down,
Yes.
a younger person cannot see even if you go to the highest mountain.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we have very, very extremely high rate of divorce right now, yeah?
Uh-huh.
There's a reason why.
Yeah.
Let's
is that
take
generation?
let's say we still have arranged marriages. Let's take our example, Somalis. Do Somali marriages work?
They do. For this arranged marriages to work, your parent sits down and anasema, oh, my son is this type. Akienda pale kwa whatever, kwa mtu kutafuta dem, atasema, huyu karakta yake na mtoto wangu zitambatana. So they tell the people, munichukulie ule. Because, parents know us in as much as we say, hawatujui sana. Our parents do tell who the type of character we are. They say, oh, my son is very active, blah blah blah. So they would want a counterpart who's like this and like that.
Would you prefer to have a marriage that's failed because it was an arranged marriage, or a marriage that has failed because you knew the mistakes that you were making knowing this person? Because you have to go through
arranged
courtship.
marriage.
How many arranged marriages do you know that have failed? People need to like have conversations with the older generation. Like they really have nice stories, by the way. These people, before they choose someone for you, like I've ever had a moment when you bring someone to your mom or to your dad or to an auntie or something, then they're like, "Huyu mtapelekana vizuri."
Yes.
Have you heard of such kind of statements?
Yes.
Would you?
These people kind of already know your character, and they know that even if then they don't know this thing about love. Then they're looking at mtu mtakaa naye kwa nyumba.
Yes.
Somebody that will actually take care of you, take care of the homestead, and actually be the person, or they'll just be a wife and you'll be the husband. Unajua?
Cheche, aujileta chali home. Huyu hapana. Kuna venye tu ako sijapendeza na venye wewe nakujua hapana. They usually know. The moment you bring a man here and you introduce the boy to your parents, they will later on tell you this one.
But how many men will you bring home? How many men will you bring home?
I beg, kiss your frogs, huh?
Yeah, kiss your frogs.
Kiss them out there. Don't bring them to the family.
Let me tell you something. Part of the reasons why these things are failing, people keep these things a secret.
Yeah.
Your hiding is from the people that matter. Let me tell
It
you.
depends with your parents.
Jessica, I am your friend. Bring your boyfriends to me. Bring your boyfriends to me. I am your friend. I will honestly tell you.
No.
I will bring my boyfriends to
It
you.
doesn't work
No,
like
it doesn't work like
tell
that.
you.
It's true.
We need to bring someone older here. Some of my aunties, those who are kidnapped, they were because she was telling me she was going to fetch water with that men, big men, all these young boys I'm seeing you operating with.
No, we don't like them small.
I know. That's
Thanks.
why. That's why. I know. So alikuwa anachukuliwa, alipelekwa, akafungiwa kwa hiyo nyumba hivi. She fought as much as she could, but when the door was locked, it was sealed. Number 2, the previous generation, they did not believe in anything called divorce. There was no such thing as
You
divorce.
work things through.
But they used to take bullshit.
But let me tell you something. I will not. Catch me dead. I live with a man who hits me. Why?
But you see,
I can't live my life?
No.
Where?
Kindly note. If they also noted, there were chiefs during those times that were handling these marriage disputes. There were chiefs. If the man is mistreating you, okay, even these Muslims are talking about.
Listen, my
If you want to
grandmother
bring in
told
a new wife,
me-
wanakuwekea mawe inakaaje kwa mgongo uone kama unaweza. Did you see those traditions? They were there. There were things that were done. They even cultures. Ukitaka kuongeza bibi mwingine, did you see how they were hunting for wives? Munachapana. Have you seen that tradition? You go to the field, viboko. Those are some. The person who will sustain. So you've talked about if someone gets into your DM, you keep them for 2 months. Why 2 months? Take them to that tradition. Men abroad, they beat each other. Whoever will stay there is the person.
If I don't like your face, I'll not DM you back.
Let me tell you, it's
So you see, this new generation, it's always
looking at the wrong things.
of which it's true. Like I like what I see.
Yeah.
If I'm going,
Let women
But
be
listen,
physical beings like you men.
if I go to a shoe shop, and I see my Jordans ones, and I'm having different types of colors, different type of shades, I'd go for the one I look. If that doesn't fit, should I stick to it? Nikae tu enye imekaa hivi.
Be a hoe.
Hapo sasa nimekataa.
We're talking about
Hapo sasa
previous generations.
And that's what I'm saying. For them, they had no option.
They had those options of divorce and nini.
They didn't
They
have.
never existed. But
yeah,
they had
that
modes of
means
solving this.
They had to be beaten. Because I remember my grandmother telling me like it was okay for your husband to discipline you, like for your husband to beat you up if you're on the wrong.
And him beating you, does this mean that he loves you?
No,
That's what they
listen,
believe.
kindly note
If he's beating
that
you, he
the
loves you.
traditions, hizo traditions za kitambo, not all of them are acceptable. Kuna vitu zingine zimekuwa filtered out, FGM, such kind of things, they have been removed. But there are don't you think that there are particular setups that program that they had kitambo of actually handling these things like marriage was working? It's still working till today. It actually works. Because those people who are in arranged marriage, still today they are still together. Sasa hapa
After how much suffering?
Wewe umeniacha. Nini imefanyika? You've left. You don't have patience.
Chief, I want to speak from something that I've seen in my life growing up. Yeah, my grandfather was he was someone who respected the culture. Yeah, if the husband tried to raise his voice, if the husband tried to hit the woman, the wife, you would be collected by the society, put into a hole. It's the Kamba tradition. Put into a hole with sisal water. That thing itches.
Who was put there?
The man. Then you would be beaten with a sisal rope, one that is not dry. If you repeat the same thing would be done.
Can I ask you a question? If you get sick, you've taken paracetamol, it's not working for you. You continue taking paracetamol.
So I'll continue getting I'll continue having the headache.
No.
Let me tell you something. The woman of the past generation did not get. No, wait. The woman of the past generation did not suffer so that I can suffer. I am not going to be hit by a man and still saying that
you
marriage.
You are not understanding what I'm telling you. Even in today's software, I'm just combined. Even in today's software,
go ahead.
The base software of Microsoft is Linux.
Yes.
Linux is the base software. What am I saying? The traditions, I'm not saying that all of them were acceptable. Today's woman is aware. Today's woman knows her rights. She knows herself.
It's not a matter of being acceptable. Did they work?
Arranged marriages, I've just asked you a question. How many arranged marriages have failed?
A lot.
Which ones?
The ones I know of, a lot.
No, Nanga easy the I saw you look nice. I saw you. You can look. They are failing. Kitambo, those people could do research. I'm telling you, they were doing research. It was extensive.
Before
mtu achukuliwe. They used to spy on. They used to do a lot. They had meetings with these parents. They wanajua huyu ukoya wake ni wapi. Do they practice witchcraft? What is their spirit? What do they think of, as in honor? They did all those things. By the time that woman is being brought to your house,
she already knows what she's also kind of
knows.
Yeah.
But then, if sijasema tradition ya kitambo ilikuwa perfect, but in a way, their marriages worked.
Can I also add?
Yeah.
We have to give credit to the fact that these two people being brought together when they're strangers put in the work. That they wanted this to work.
But marriage is
exactly that's very true.
Yeah,
until today, marriage is still work.
You have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Software ya kitambo inafaa kucombine na software ya sahi. Ni vile now sisi wa sahi we are taking the new software and forgetting the old one. Things are failing.
I have asked a very simple question. Would you prefer to make your own mistake, have a divorce from the person that you have looked for and decided to settle down with? Because settling down is a whole process, yeah? The person that you've decided to settle with, have a divorce from that. Or stay in a marriage where you've been abused as a man or as a woman, but then again, you have a divorce from it 10 years down the line.
I'd rather choose B because this is someone who I didn't go for.
So someone chose for you.
Yes.
It's Bazenga. Just before you explain it.
Because mtu mwenye nimeendea nifanye hivyo, that means nilijua ni nini naendea.
Yeah.
So why would I go for that knowing that atanichapa, disrespect, all that, then I regret from that. I'd rather regret from someone nimepatiwa mwenye sikujua, of which I didn't have an option for.
So that's my own perspective. So at the end of the day, you'd pick someone who has been chosen for you, an arranged marriage.
Of course not, but based on your question, yes.
Based on my question, yes.
Yes.
So would you blame your parents for your divorce or blame yourself for the divorce?
You see, now that would be me because I was already put there for me to work things out. Because everyone has an option. It's either you stay or you leave.
Bazenga, what would you choose?
But you see, there's a way you ask your question.
Yes. It's very direct.
The first question that she asked.
The first question.
Lighter, and then the next one is like, where you are being beaten.
Yeah,
in this first question, that will pop into
I know.
But then I've noticed, if you listen to all our podcasts, you'll actually agree that how she asks her questions.
It's true. very direct.
That first option that will come in is a bit polite.
I don't beat around the bush.
Listen,
It's
that's
called
That's because you
the
want
first
people
option.
the tone.
The first option is beating around the bush. Then this other one direct. That's the problem.
Now let me ask you the question. Question 1. Would you choose an arranged marriage or would you choose go hunt then get your wife?
Now, I will answer your question very nicely.
Yeah.
But I just ask you another question.
No, a
Very
direct
simple.
answer. A direct
I'm
answer.
giving you a direct
A
answer.
direct answer, then you ask me the question.
I would choose an arranged marriage.
Okay.
Nikuulize wewe.
Yes.
Ndio hii exam.
Mm-hmm.
Kuna Mwakenya. Between exam iko na Mwakenya na nyama Mwakenya utachukua gani?
Mwakenya.
Exactly.
Junajua.
Arranged marriage
I know what I'm
Cheche.
signing up for.
Arranged marriage.
No.
What
Don't get it wrong.
Listen. Arranged marriage is Mwakenya. Nani alikuwa analetanga Mwakenya?
Chichi hapo umepigwa
No,
semi.
wait.
Therefore, let me ask you a question.
There are two sides to this
Nani
coin.
alikuwa analeta Mwakenya? I'm just giving you my point of view. Who was bringing the Mwakenya to school? Si ni walimu. Saya KCSE.
Lakini-
They were coming to the school and they're like, Cheche, kimbeni DH.
Lakini ukienda kufanya
But
exams
then,
unajua
wewe
sasa
ukienda
mwenyewe.
kufanya exams na confidence, wewe hizo vitu zote umesoma, inaweza hata kosa kukuja.
Nani anajua answers?
Cheki, wewe
Wewe umepewa Mwakenya,
Wewe
answers
umepewa
kwa Mwakenya.
You've been given a blueprint. Ndio hii.
Prototype.
In this other one, you're creating your own with your own knowledge. In this other one, there is knowledge from other people, vast knowledge combined
Probably even
into
from
one
the questions
blueprint.
that were given.
Unaona? Say wamekujua. Cheche wanajua vile wewe ni kichwa ngumu. Wanajua wewe ni last born.
Na
Wanajua hizo
wanakusikizanga
vitu zote.
ukiongea ati
Na
mimi sitaki
wanakusikizanga kwa
mwanaume
podcast
anafanya
na kila
hivi.
kitu. By the time unapelekwa kwa msee, msee ameangaliwa akaangaliwa ni aje, this person can actually do this thing. And the people who are doing that investigation, si watu hivi. People who are wise, they knew what they were doing. Unaangalia?
Yeah.
So in a way, okay, I'm not saying that iko hivyo, but in a way, arranged marriage is kind of informed.
Yeah.
Iko na kama Kenya fulani. Lakini hii ingine ndio inaenda na knowledge yako. You're going with your understanding and then things are failing. Sasa zingine. Most
Trial
of them
and
are
error.
not, it's trial and error. Lakini ingine umepewa roadmap, cheki. It's like umeambiwa cheki. In exam we're going to bring topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. Wewe unasomea topic zote.
Lakini utaspoon feediwa hadi lini?
Cheki. Si ati kuspoon feed.
No.
Kindly note, kwani mwalimu alikuwa anakuandikia
Unapewa
answers
head
kwa paper?
start. Unapewa
Mwalimu,
head
ulikuwa
start.
unapewa head start. It's same as corruption. Mbona nipange line Huduma Center na niko na msee huko ndani bado ndanipa the same amount. But mimi
Arranged marriages ni ma auntie na ma uncle na mom na dad.
Sasa hiyo ndo connection.
unapewa research.
Sasa si unaona una agree na sisi.
Hiyo ni kama unaenda kubuy moti. I usually see this thing happening. Mtu amepata pesa. Unaenda buy tu gari tu hivi without knowledge unaona hii gari inakaa smart.
Inakaa smart.
90% of what people look at in marriages nowadays, kitu naangalia ni kitu zingine hata zi make sense.
True.
Things that don't hold water. By the time umse anakuangalia anasema ni aje, this is the person that can. They usually say asemangi that will. Mnaeza brings in the aspect that if you two actually work together to make this thing work, it will work. In both setups you have to go put in the work. Lakini hii ingine wewe umeenda tu with your own knowledge yako, street cred ile
Zero.
mwingine inakuja na info, iko na Mwakenya, iko na blueprint, but you don't have to. Unaangalia? That's the aspect of Mwakenya in arranged marriage.
That's how unapata wababa wana cheat na Gen Z.
Wababa gani hao wajuzi hata hawajakuwa na arranged marriage?
Wababa gani?
These ones are
Kwani
going
nadhani
through arranged marriage. They've
when you
not.
think wababas who are cheating are
They've
yeah,
not.
tell them they're 70, 80 wababas.
Listen,
But that's not the generation.
that's not the generation
That's
we are
not the
talking about.
generation that was being given. Hiyo ni sasa, hiyo ndo tumeanza na pesa. Alafu sasa after hiyo
Hii ni
sasa
after
tunakuja hao
World War
mababa.
II.
Somebody who is 60,
This is for after
70.
World War II.
80. That you call that on a young man.
That is young.
Yes, yeah.
Kuna watu
80
wanaishi-
is a young man.
Well, sure enough, Mzana didn't come to you. Walai, they're there.
Let me tell you something. I have gone out, gotten approached. Kasanzo nakumbuka. By an 80-year-old man saying, you know, me, I'm still a kijana. Kijana for who?
He has
Talking
a
at-
young,
no,
he
no,
has
no,
a
no.
young spirit.
We might find the wife is deceased.
A man is not a young man.
You know
He's
the
not
wife.
young. He's old. My grandfather and my grandmother, their marriage was, I don't know whether to call it arranged or okay. Like I remember my grandfather used to tell me, like my grandmother's place, they used to be like the prestigious family and stuff. So like it was a privilege to marry a daughter from that family. So like your uncles and your relatives used to advise you to marry that girl, and then you're told to choose between like the 4 girls because they were almost the same age. So is it arranged or not?
Alikuwa na selection.
Yeah.
Lakini
Just like, you know,
Just
the thing
like
is,
today, you have
don't-
choices.
Yeah,
Which one?
exactly.
100 frogs before you meet the man.
uninformed choices, kindly note. Uninformed choices.
But I'd still choose.
Let me ask, do
For
you
me.
usually display your full traits to someone when you meet them?
No.
Exactly.
And let me tell you why.
Unaona?
That's why the arranged marriage is like someone could be pretending, and then like your parents think that they're the perfect people for you. They don't know them. Okay, for example, does your mother know that you drink? Does she? Exactly.
your friends know you better than your
You
parents.
know.
Your mother's friends will not know you in that manner.
But
We
let me
need-
say- let
we
me
need
tell
to
you.
visit an old person and
This-
actually ask them
We
how
will
this
do.
arranged marriage is
We will
went.
do. Part 2, we'll have the older generation come and speak on this.
It's not
Because you're
true.
saying Ati, your friends know you better than your parents. Remember,
Especially
your parents
your
have
relatives.
raised you. Your parents have raised you from age 0 to where you are. They basically know you're in and out. But the things that you show your friends are the things that you want your friends to see.
No.
If you're a person who goes partying, you'd want your friends who party to know your party. True or false?
True.
Exactly. So your parents, they will know the best interest for you. In that, Kasanza anatakanga mtu ambaye apikangi. So, tutamletea.
That's correct.
So, unaona? So they listen to what you say. These small conversations that you have with your folks, they will always take in
At least
that.
my mom knows I love people with money.
Yeah, you see. Sasa ukileta mtu mbaye ni hustler. Sisemi ma hustlers hamna do, but sorry. Ukileta mse ako hivi umlete home, aseme huyu hamtapelekana mbali because venye mimi nakujua unataka mtu ambaye ako na pesa. Na huyu venye naona hana pesa, hamtapelekana mbali.
But check it out, show. You know, we need to go to the village and ask this thing. You know, I had a sitting with these people na wakasema vile kitu ilikuwa inafanywa. This thing was not done in a week, in a month.
Yes.
So it was done over a long period of time.
Yes.
The people that were sent to do that research seem to anaangalia overview hivi. They were not just asking your mom, your dad. Those people are going across.
But
They were asking uncles, friends, even someone who doesn't, unajua kunaweza pata na mtu anakuonanga hapa kila siku. That person can say something about you and turn out to be very true.
You're forgetting
They
something.
used to do extensive research. What I am saying
You wait, before you say anything else, you're forgetting something.
Yeah.
What my uncles know about me, sorry, uncles and aunties, what my uncles know about me is what I want them to know about me.
You are asking a question.
Yeah, like
Check
your
it. You are
friends.
answering a different question.
But
you can't
Arranged
say
marriages today might be difficult.
exactly.
Might be difficult. Lakini kitambo, it was
Yeah.
easy.
it was
It
easy.
was easy.
Because I think they didn't know any better.
Saa hii lazima tuingie hadi Facebook,
Manze.
Instagram,
Is it-
DMs.
is it-
We have to go through this
Tinder.
info. Tinder. We have to even go to your principal, your lecturer. Yani, it's and people don't have that time. Again, we are not patient. Unaona? So kitambo kulikuwa na job. So I'm not saying arranged marriages will work today. It will be quite difficult. It will be
But
quite
imagine they still do. I have a friend
Today?
very close. Yes. He told me if it is an arranged marriage, he would definitely accept it as long as it's the mother and father who has recommended.
The
Because and he told me it's
his
because
mother or
the mother and the father. And he was telling me, mi hata nikiletewa tu msichana mimi niko tu sawa because I feel like huyu ni mtu tutaishi na yeye. Hanijui atujuani, we'll have to learn to know each other. And that's the beauty about things.
Siku hizi tunajua poison ya kila mtu. Tunajua I know me, najua hadi unajua ushaona hii situation but I know the guy knows.
Bazenga,
Bazenga,
I have a question. I have a question to the gents. Let me ask a very easy question. So let's say you've been brought for a wife at home, yeah? When do you taste waters? You know what I mean by tasting waters? Sector, bedroom. You get it work. Will you cheat? and they cannot they cannot improve. Will you cheat?
If sex is your basis
But
of looking at
No, wait.
if sex is your basis of looking at what will work,
This is someone no. Answer my question straight up forward. This is someone you're going to with the rest of your life.
I need to show you a video on YouTube of an arranged marriage. But
No, answer my question. Answer my question.
it is work. You see
Yeah.
the people who say
It's like beyond
the people
work.
that say that sex is work again. 90% of them are women. The result that I seek in sex is very simple. Of late it is advanced, but it used to be very simple.
But it's very
I just want to.
But the kitambo
And I'm done. Kitambo ilikuwa tu unamwaga na imeisha, but nowadays there is more. Me sound we'll go there later. But I'm just saying, if it comes to that point, let me tell you something. There is something called the weighing scale. Weighing scale. Numbers will never lie. If E
You're
is
beating
bringing,
around the
I'm
bush.
answering
What do
your
you mean?
question.
Yeah.
Numbers never lie.
Yeah.
If doing this is bringing me 10 million and so, but it's bringing me 10, the benefits are outweighing the negatives. And this one, negatives are outweighing the benefits.
Of course, when the
Benefits are higher.
Benefits outweigh.
higher.
Kindly note, the benefits might be higher, but they can be lower in the areas that wewe kidogo pale supercharger iko. As in, are you getting what I'm saying?
So you would stay loyal until you die.
Cheche, umuuliza tu.
Unaweza nyonga manze. There are many ways of pleasing
Let me
yourself.
tell you.
I mean, nowadays there are many things. As in, listen,
Let's-
sex is the basis of
Chief,
what you're
let
looking
me just go to before Mr. Deserva aongee. We are looking at the older generation. For them was what? To procreate.
Thank you.
So story ya kupata your pleasure ni baadaye.
Story ya
Kama
kupiga-
iko ni sawa, provided nimeshoot 9 months later kuna mtoi.
We are discussing the older generation.
Wacha time yangu ikam ndo nitakushow. But if it's older generation, that is all kunapata watu 12, sijui 14, least number ni 7.
Let me ask you, don't you assign 12 children? You think they are not enjoying that thing?
No, let me answer those 6 questions actually.
No way.
Would I cheat? No.
Mm-hmm.
Would I have any regrets? Or let's say I'm in an arranged marriage, or I chose for myself. Will either of these two have more regret over the other? No.
Which one would you pick?
I'd go for the Wacera if I had,
Arranged marriage.
yeah,
Okay.
if I had to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to explore the choice for choosing for myself. For either situation, were it not to work, I don't think I'd have any regret more than the other.
Mm-hmm.
It's human nature to want to blame someone for misfortunes.
Yeah.
So kama niko kwa arranged marriage ikose ku work, haitakuwa any less painful juu nilisaidia kuchagua.
Exactly.
Nilipewa option, kile ambacho nilifanya nayo kama ilikuwa kitu kizuri, it's my own fault.
Yeah. Umejibiwa vizuri sana.
Yeah, sure.
Vizuri sana.
Juice.
Ejuo.
Yeah.
Cheche, what more do you want from that?
For me, I'd prefer to make my own mistakes, learn my person, taste the cake before I actually get engaged
Now,
to it.
okay,
Wait, relax. Sinaenda to the next cake. That's why unasikianga kuna different types of cake. Si white forest peke yake. Kuna salted caramel, kuna black forest, kuna red velvet. So, kiss 1,000 frogs before you actually settle down.
And do you think that's the problem? Ukionja hii keki na umejiletea hii keki chome. Utakuwa na
Cheki.
some about what they
But before you move to the next person, you have to have healed. You have to move on from a clean slate. Yeah? Nikienda kukula black forest, sikuli black forest lafu red velvet sahi immediately. Nikienda kukula black forest, ni black forest leo, acha taste ya red velvet ishe kwa mdomo. Let me go taste red velvet. Ultimum experience.
But now you have to do this.
Hmm?
You have to take yourself back to the 30s and the 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't pose a question that is relevant to the 40s.
Yes,
Like in the answer you want us to give is
Yes.
relevant in 2020.
that's true.
Please have chosen arranged marriages. Yeah, I'll choose taste my cake. Let me know how it is in reality. The person I'm going to marry. If I see you're abusive, work.
You know, the older generation,
Yeah.
the way Chief was saying, Linux kujua Windows itatokea nini. So they didn't know any better. And that's what worked for them. It doesn't say that what happened with them was any less or any wrong. If you were during that time, it would have been like,
Personally, I feel like during the times, like, it could have worked because I feel like they were the same, as in they were the same type of people. I don't know.
They didn't know
what
any
I'm
better.
saying. Watu walikuwa wanakausha go and stuff. You know, like now, your
Urbanization.
parents maybe can like choose a girl. If you're a man, like they can choose like au mta vienyeji and she's not your type, but your parents feel like she's the right person for you. So I feel like kama kitambo it was okay for the arranged marriages, but for now I don't think that it can work.
I feel that today people think they know so much but know nothing.
they know nothing. We know
That's the
nothing.
thing.
Me, I would say I
But
know
tunajiona
nothing.
ni kama
Personally,
tunajua mambo ya
tukijibu for
relationship
like
na-
today, I'll choose like choosing my own person.
Yeah. Cheche tulikuwa tunaongelea mambo ya kitambo. Tulikuwa tunasema sasa hivi chague mtu
Na saa hii.
anaelewa. What I'm saying
Tukifika
is
kwa
sasa
Gen
hivi
Z tutasema
Tutasema
Sahi.
lakini sasa hivi in the
sasa hii arranged marriage ni ngumu.
Aya.
It is very hard.
Your generation ya kitambo, in terms of children,
Mhm.
bringing up children, you know, they had number of children, but on my perspective, I think they are more harder in terms of life decisions and in terms of taking life than we are. Because sisi seta mimi hapa nisiseme sisi mimi siku ya generation. But your generation enyewe, if A didn't work, they didn't leave it at A waseme ati manze sorry guy, my mental health. They had to make A work.
But again, don't you think generation ya kitambo, I feel that the children were brought up more by the society, the parents,
Yes.
because there used to be age sets,
Yes.
age groups, all
Yeah.
those things. When you hit a certain age, it's like you
Also
literally
remember like
live with with your age group and your age sets, circumcised together. You're even placed. What are they called? You go for missions, even these other things that are Izima activities. They actually outline what this person had to do at this particular age. Responsibility was brewed earlier in the previous generations than today.
And I feel like whatever you're talking about, it has lasted like for a while, because I remember when I was in class 1, there is a time we were late from school, like we were being released at around 12 p.m. or 12 noon, yeah. So we stayed on the way and then tunafika home kituka saa 10, and then mama ya mtoto mmoja, she came and alituchapa sisi wote.
Yes.
Like all of us, because we are late.
Yeah. Exactly. And I feel like the firstborns in that generation had a lot to play in terms of raising up the rest.
Yeah.
One, I feel like they're usually the example. Ama kuona venye tutaraise watoi. So hao ndio walipata discipline. The first kids, hao ndio walipata discipline. An example for me, I am being told that I found my parents very calm and collected, especially my dad. But my siblings would have a different perspective on how my dad and mom were, because they would be like, ati daddy amekuja, wow, watu washakimbia kwa nyumba, hata wajaoga washapaka mafuta bila kuoga. Sasa hiyo kwa kitabu, lakini wanaona tu zero. But you see, for me, I would come in, I'm late, I've probably failed, I'm just taking it easy. But for them, it was just, umefanya nini kiboko, unaambia ulale chini unachapwa.
See, like me, I have a small brother, so naonanga sometimes anatumwa na mama collect. Chukua kijiko collect siendi, anaachwa. Mimi, I used to be beaten, like I'm the firstborn. I used to be like, mimi mamangu ashanichapa hadi, I was like, is she really my mom? Chapa mpaka unaona ni kama step.
But why is it like that though?
I don't know. I feel like awananga manual ya kuraise mtu, like life does not come with a manual.
You know,
So you're the firstborn, and they want to test like their parenting skills. They don't know how to bring you up. So like they have to be very strict. Juu pia wako scared. Hawataki kuraise like mtoto maybe akawa fulani hivyo.
I totally agree with that. Even today's parents, umeshika mtoto wako wa kwanza, you don't have a rule book.
Hakuna manual.
90% zitatoka kwa mzazi, wewe unafaa kufanya hivi, unafaa from your mom. Na siku hizo watu wataki hiyo shit, utasikia ati this is my child. Lakini this is your first kid. You don't have a rule book. Me can tell you, me I'm a firstborn pia. The way I was raised hey, need the number of stools that are broken on my head. Hey, this head is not big for nothing. Sometimes it can be deformity. Let me tell you, I went through the raw, and then you see, with the struggles za kitambo, mom, their disagreements na kila kitu. The first when do ulikuwa unaangukiwa kila kitu.
Yeah.
Now my siblings, the ones that wamekuja juzi. This one is like, kwanza my younger sister sahi, now she's living with her mom akisema like she can even talk back. That was a mother kitambo that would beat me like a snake. My dad has only beaten me twice in my life. Twice. Hao wengine wote hawajaguzwa na mzai. None of them. It was only me and my late brother. See the people na mzai. The rest, none have been touched. So I think that when you, like she said, you get your first kid, you really don't know what to do with this thing.
Yeah.
It's umepewa kitu ujue utafanya. You have to train yourself.
Anafanya kitu kuna expect like uko nadhani like the fact that wewe unataka discipline, you don't think that your kid can actually be in discipline. So akikuwa you feel so disappointed, alafu kwa like lazima nimchape ndio akwe like the person I want her to be or him to be.
Then another thing, I think for discipline, it kind of skips a generation. I feel like our parents probably went through a very tough upbringing, so they'll say, hey, I wouldn't want to do that to my kid. So wanalegeza discipline on their children. Then mi sasa nikipata mtoi juu nililegezewa nasema hey, mi mtoto wangu akilishautia naweza muingiza kwa choo. You see, so I think it kind of skips because I have friends who are my age who have children and they're like, me my child hata akiniambia tu huo ni vita tunaenda ring na yeye. But you see, for them they kind of had it easy because their parents were beaten. Walikuwa wanapigwa, yani ni vita. Kama kwanza ni mwanaume unasema ati una raise mkono, hapo unaenda vita na mtu yule.
Kuna kitu kingine pia wamesema, that's what they knew.
Yes.
Kindly note that today's child is exposed to so many things.
So much.
From the telephone, TV, everything, things that they, let me tell you, how many of you put parental controls on TV?
3 years.
Kids nowadays are exposed to so many things. Baka, ato kimchapa, you have to change the mode of discipline with today's kids. The mode of discipline has to change. Kitambo huko unajua anything. Kitambo, you are limited to what was around you.
Yeah.
You are not open to the world. Like for me, I got my first phone after class 8. By saying my first phone after class 8, ni ile flip phone.
A flip flop.
Kale kenye kalikuwa na hii even text messaging haikuwa imeanza. I didn't even know
after form 4. Yeah.
Ile una text bila kuangalia kwa nini.
Na nilikuwa na
WhatsApp ilikuja juzi na hii phone inaitwa Adios. Like I didn't even know what to do with that thing. Ilikuwa tu simu hata I didn't even have anybody to call.
Who ilikuwa open because which show were you open like?
That's into it.
Nikiwa ni kitambo kwa class 8.
Class 8 to it. The exposure that today's kids have. They are looking at children being beaten on TV and they're looking at the response. That's what they're taking.
Last week I hid myself in a laundry basket for like 3 days because nilikuwa nasoma shule mama alikuwa anafunza, so nikakosea mwalimu I think for math ama SG, and then the teacher went to report me to my mom. Then my mom was like tutaonana tukifika home, so I hid myself for 3 days. Then my mom was looking for me everywhere because my mom used to beat you like anakuchapa kesho huwezi enda shule, anakuchapa miguu huko hivi huwezi tembea. So I feel like wewe ni last born, so you feel like ukishautiwa ama ukichapwa it won't listen. Mimi sasa unachapwa na unaambiwa usilie. Bazenga my rights. Like ulikuwa unachapwa unapewa food na unaambiwa nisisikie. So you're in pain and you have to shut up.
I think it goes just back to what I've said. It skips generations.
Yeah.
Kuna venye utareziwa, you probably raise a kid, you'll raise a kid either the way you are raised or opposite. For me, you see, I'll do both. I'll be in a situation where one, I have to know my kid because a kid comes with their own personality. Maybe mtoto ni kitu ngumu. Hata ukimwongelesha in and out. But ukimchuna tu kidogo anasikiza. You know, but it's not like ati I'm going to war, I'm nampiga ngumi nampatia. You know, it's that discipline where they know enye mama amekasirika nimekosea nisifanye hiyo kitu ama ile hata nime you know kuna generation yenye hata ukibang mlango
like okay, I feel like you can't make that decision without having a kid yet. Unajua utapata mtoto anakaaje I feel like unaweza pata mtoto ujambie kama mimi ujambia I like ndakuwa mpole kiasi kwa watoto wangu, but maybe nitapata mtoto manga mwenye lazima tu achape kiboko ndo asikize.
Maybe I have the marks to show you. Impaled ilipita hapa. Here I have the marks. Let me tell you. Mom would get annoyed because I look like my dad. My dad was pissing her off, and here is my dad looking like my dad. I have a cousin nilimwona akitupwa kwa ukuta na the mom. And let me tell you, even I go to my mom right now nikupeleke home tuseme sawa nataka ukwe wife. Mama atakuangalia atakwambia kitu moja. You see that good boy unaona? Hiyo kiboko nimewekelea hapo. That is that good husband you having. Hiyo kasi ingechapa.
But I feel like mimi nikiwa mdogo I was like nilikuwa mtukutu. So I feel like it was right for my mom to discipline me like that because na feel okay, like people from my village here wako, me was raised in a village. So wako like school dropouts, they dropped out in class 6, class 5, they got pregnant and stuff. So I feel like that discipline made me like focus.
What you were saying kudangani. What you were saying ukichapa, hii unatengeneza shetani. Not I think it's different, but we are blaming it on the level of exposure. But my sister can run the whole of YouTube, and she's 6. Me just go on YouTube when I'm 6. Me go cheza na big game.
I know. Watch. But the exposure that they're getting through that, they tend to forget what the world can also teach. They don't know how to do the basic things like riding. Not even riding a bike, fixing a chain. See bike una ride chain kidogo imetoka. By the time unafika home umebaki na grease unauliza umetoka wapi.
They don't even have interest in that thing because already through the phone they've picked up. I'm telling my sister watches Korean drama.
What?
I mean Korean drama. Why?
We want to talk about the roles and expectations of the child, the child from the parents and the society and the family. For example, when we talk about firstborns, normally in every family setting, most of the family settings, parents expect firstborns to be the vice chancellors of the family, like the vice parents. And when we talk about it like that, with the world today, we evolve and urbanization happens, we find that most of the parents in our generation today are becoming career parents. So they're not home as much. They're not there to bring up their parents. They're not there to see how the other second-born, third-born, fourth-born are doing. So it's up to the first-born. What's your thought on that?
I think firstborns are usually forced to be the parents. So they take up the role of being the parent. I don't know, it's out of uchungu that pia walipitia hiyo, so pia wana enforce uchungu. You'll find a firstborn really emphasizing on being disciplined or being the uptight one. Yeye anasema umefika late, mbona umefika late, yeye anataka kudiscipline. Second borns, the middle child are usually the lost ones who usually have to raise themselves up because at that time the last born ameshazaliwa, so attention yote inaenda kwa last born. So you find huyu hata akisema ati mama nasikia njaa, sister kwa brother kwa mdogo amekula, so they always have to find a way on how to do or how to survive on their own. Last borns get away with a lot because audio mayai kabisa. Parents have already understood how they discipline their children. So hata last born akikwambia I don't care mother, hey, anasema it's okay my child, what do you want, can I buy you anything? So I think for me a lot of last borns are usually a bit spoiled and a little bit not so strong in terms of handling life situations. Because if the parent is not there, they'll always be like, hey Maze, let me text my brothers, my siblings, they can come through for me. Sindio? Mama, in most cases.
Okay.
In most cases. Hey Maze, maybe niko karibu kushikwa ni kwa sell, I need 2,000. I can't tell my mama till nimeshikwa. I'll definitely call my parents, my older sibling, and be like, hey, nyenye nikole tutau. Ama niekole hii. So, last bonds, unless it's a different situation, but I think last bonds usually have the easier way out into life and into the family setting.
I'd like to hear these perspectives from different people. We have firstborns in the house. I don't think you have a middle kid. Do we? No? Okay. We have firstborns. Okay, we have Hey, okay. We have firstborns and lastborns. So everybody will give their personal experience from the household that they're in. Let's start with firstborns. Bazenga.
Hey, yes, as a firstborn, I can say you are the role model.
Mm.
I've always noted that with my siblings, anything that I do, in a way they kind of try and follow. So at some point I developed the notion that it's not about me. So everything that I do, I have to put into consideration that this other person is actually watching what I'm doing. So I feel that in terms of being a firstborn, iki to see it in a force, it's not that you're forced. In a way, it just comes into you. It just comes in. You develop that protective nature. You have to protect this thing. Hata zile amekuja late na unamscold. It's not that you unataka kumdiscipline. Wewe unajua what happens when the person comes late. Na utaki apitie kitu ulipitia. You don't want that to happen to them. No. And again, I just think as a firstborn, it naturally just comes in. You are the deputy.
Mm-hmm.
You are the head boy of the family, the head boy or the head girl of the family.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to assume that role. It came automatically for me because I come from a family of like 7 kids, and yeah, like even up to today, most of them are in university. When they like therefore I said when they come up with some funny problems or another man, I'm the one they call. You know they're going to call my dad or my mom for that thing. Because then they're astonished about this thing. So now I have to say, I can say that as the firstborn I had to like assume that role of taking care of them. I don't have that strict assumption, that strict approach in wazazi wako na tukifanya nini. I've been through it. I've gone through some of the life challenges when they're out, girls, So when I'm seeing them doing something, I'm like, wait, Cheche, wefanyanga hivi lakini unajua ni aje? This is the reality of things. Because when you go to my dad is like, I don't want to see you drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see you with a girlfriend at this time. But then unapata kijana tayari alishaingia kwa hiyo life. Alishaingia hapo. So I can't start telling him usifanye hivi because he's already there. So I have to like I just give him the reality. So I assume that role of like, can say like being a parent to this person, to these siblings of mine.
Firstborn zimepanda jukumu.
Again, ujue hiyo wazazi inataka kipungua. The strength yenye mzazi alikuanga nayo kutoka kudili naye firstborn, secondborn ina reduce. Thirdborn inaweza kuwa strict ikifika kwa wale wa mwisho inakuanga ni kama again they are growing. So pia wamechoka, then this in a way, if you've not noticed, in a way wanakuwa wamekanini si tuko na firstborn hapa.
Exactly.
They will emulate that thing.
Because even my dad calls me, like if my brother is doing something, my dad can call me and he's like, talk to your brother.
Exactly.
Na pia ukiwa firstborn kuna hiyo feeling like personally me feel like sisi taka mtu amess na sistangu, sisi taka sistangu make some decisions or my brothers, so I feel like it's my responsibility niwaongeleshe niko like bado usifanye kitu si kitu hivyo. So maybe to them wanaweza feel ni kama na wakazia, but to me I'm just trying to protect them. I feel like inakujanga naturally when you have like siblings. You feel like it's your responsibility to talk to them ndio wakwe like wasisafe sana, ama pia wewe umepitia some things zenye huwezi taka wapitie. Maybe wewe make hizo mistakes, then you're like venye as in it was hard for me to get out of this situation, I don't want like my siblings get into the same situation and they have to work hard emotionally to get out. So you just talk to them earlier before they make their mistake.
Yeah, that's nice.
Actually, agree with that. In my opinion, I felt like being the first one has made me grow quicker than other people in my age. Let's say if you're the second one and they're both 25, they feel older than me. In this sense, being a firstborn fosters responsibility to you and maturity. Like I remember we are 3 boys. I can remember when we were growing up, we'd get things like, let's say mom comes home with something like pizza, for example. It's up to me to make sure everyone gets enough pieces or share equally among 3 of us. Because to a point where, and I think it was like drilling to me to be selfless. As in, let's say there are 3 of us, and there are like 5 pieces. Mimi ndo napata mbili, nipate moja au apate mbili. And I'm okay with it. All things like that when I'm grown up, then unakuwa tu
Custom to it.
ni sawa tu. Mimi kwanza, first of all, you all eat, whatever remains, it's enough for me.
And I feel like last borns wanakwanga very protective with their stuff. Like our last born huwezi chukua kitu yake, but sasa wao when I go home with my things they want to take them. Lakini kitu last born huwezi shika, unashika tu hivi kiatu yake. Hata kama unataka kuosha na unafanya nini, mbona uko na shati yangu hivyo? But I feel like for us first born, like I remember the last time I went home, nilikuwa na pods and kofia, bucket hat. My siblings took all of them. Like I came to Nairobi without anything. But like she feel like it's a bad thing. And I feel like I'm the firstborn I'm supposed to. You know.
I think they can agree with me. Being a firstborn is like you're the bridge between the kids and the parents.
That's
It's
true.
like you're not a kid.
Yeah.
When the couple katikati. Let's say, for example, like on a Sunday, our last born wants to go like for swimming at the church.
Very true.
Haizi enda ambia mother tunataka ABCD. Anakuja niambie.
Most them.
That's true.
Tunataka ABCD. Nao mimi nakaa hapo najiuliza, is it worth it? Nipeleke mbele ama ni spoil or something like that. So being the firstborn is like a bridge. Like I think what you said, I think it's you said, let's say we're siblings, alafu wewe umeshika, you won't call our dad.
Yeah,
It's
that's
me who you call.
That's true.
Also here,
Okay.
giving directions, like instilling discipline. Let's say that you're our kids and your parents. The way Mandela will instill discipline or punishment on you is different from how I do it. Like you're both telling me the same thing. Like for example, my mom will tell my youngest brother, sitaki kuona na girlfriend hadi maliza high school. Lakini the idea behind that is my mom doesn't want to have kids or must be things like that. Lakini mimi will tell my brother, ukitaka madeo, this is what to do. Bila ID, this is how far you can go.
Yeah.
Lakini naona we are still telling him the same thing. Usilete watoto kwa nyumba kama una ID. So I'm thinking like being a firstborn, it is up to you to translate lessons from parents to your younger siblings in a way they understand. And easy kukaziwa na chapo real, even though kuna kuana. This is what is expected.
So I feel like when you're firstborn, there are some things you can handle that you can handle better than the parents, because I feel like the parent will just go directly to punishing the kid, but as for you can just talk to him about the thing, like you can just advise him politely.
Yeah, that is very true.
I think in that situation, it's admirable that he's taking protection.
Yeah.
As opposed to away, but you're still young and fight funny man.
Then you feel like
So he's just going in.
Hana akili.
Brains.
The firstborns are on a lot of parenting
To do.
because
Literally a
for me as a lastborn, I kind of had it easy in terms of discipline, but I had the best life lessons because my older siblings, I have 4 older siblings, but I also grew up with my cousins who I usually call my brothers. Even before either would say discipline comes from my parents, my siblings would already have passed it through me. Some would go directly to beating me, but others would be like, yo, whatever you did was wrong, nini nini. It's because they already understand how life is. So they, like the way these guys are said, they always want the best for you, but they always do it in a more
A chaste way.
yes, it's more filtered. They'll be like, yeah, ukifanya hivi na hivi, this and this what happens. I think parents are usually very quick to act into discipline, then later on be like, oh, whatever you did wasn't right like that. And for me, the age difference between me and the one I follow is
Massive.
it's massive, to a point where it's like I'm the oops, we had a kid. But they don't treat me as a kid now that I'm older. But when I was younger, they would definitely talk to me like a kid. But now that I'm older, they'd be like, enye dafo kitu ulifanya si poa poa. And like I was saying earlier, if I'm in a fix and I need cash and I can't tell mom or dad, hey mom, I need money to go out, I'd be like, yo, bro, nataka kwenda out, suni sort. And they'd be like, yo. And one thing I do appreciate from my sibling is that they've always raised me in a perspective where if I need the things for me, I must work for it. That's one thing I really appreciate for them. They just don't ati nikiwa kwa shida ama nikiwa nataka tu do, they just give it to me. They'd be like, for what reason? Na ni kwa nini. So I'll always feel like I should be accountable for my action, and I think that's how my discipline came through. It wasn't, I didn't have things as easy as it would seem like as a last born, because they also want me to be as strong as and as hard as they were. Si ati sijisikii kufanya kazi leo, bro, nani atakusaidia na do? Si. There's one thing my sister says, if you're going out as a family gathering, and that thing still sticks to me, I don't want to be the person that comes, sorry to say, ina matatu or mindo na pesa ndio ni come. I should also work for my own stuff to get to that point. And that's the kind of teachings and upbringing. But in terms of discipline, I think my dad beat me once, nikikojoa nikiangalia na macho, and I was like 8 years old. So that's how disciplined me. And my mom, one time I think I talked bad at her, akanitupia mwiko. But my siblings...
One time?
That's one time.
Wow.
But my siblings really put me in line. And even the way they were raised, I emulated what they did. My siblings, they can't come home drunk or drinking or do what. That's because that's not how we were raised. That's an example. So for me, as a last born, a lot of people don't think I'm a last born because of how I tend to pursue myself, because
actually act mature.
But
Cheche.
I was raised with, they're way older. They're about 40s, and they're old, late 40s. So only watu wenye they know what they want in life, and they want the best for me. So for me, experience yangu kwa last born has been really good. If I need money, yes, I'll text them, but I'll always have a reason as to why I need the money for. Si ati napewa tu do, ni kama, oh, when you're last born, shika pesa. Even when I'm asking for any help, there should be a reason, so that they also guide me. They'd be like, you ukifanya, itakufanya hivi na hivi. You ukifanya, itakuwa hivi na hivi. Because even growing up, nilikuwa naambiwa fanya homework by 5. Ukimaliza homework by 5, you can do whatever you want. So I knew that in life, you just don't do things because you have the privilege of being the last born. You just do it. I was being told just the way we were raised is the way you will be raised. Lazima kukuwe na vikwazo, lazima kukuwe na boundaries, and that's how I learned to become the person I was. Family issue is a bit wide because this was just
a tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Yep.
But for today, I think
we're done. So thank you for sticking with us. As much as we are the wellness podcast to discuss topics that you guys are going through and topics that are very relatable with you guys, we also offer therapy. So kindly contact us on our social media pages at counseling_wellness_consulting on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, every social media page, even TikTok. Kindly DM us and reach out. We have therapy sessions, one-on-one sessions which are very affordable with a certified psychologist, and you'll find our numbers on there. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our podcast for more episodes like this, and we hope to see you in the next episode. part 2 of family, talking about toxic parents. So we'll have a takeaway from each guest. Let's start with Jessica Kasanza. Talk to us. What did you learn from the topic today? Family.
I just learned that people have different perspectives when it comes to marriage. People have, as in last born and first borns experience different upbringing, and their lives are a bit different. And basically that's what I can say for today.
Vista.
Oh, wait, and I also learned that whether you're firstborn or lastborn, the moral of the story is like you have to work hard for your stuff.
And that's on period.
Last one's mumeambiwa.
Miss. Yeah, so Mister, what did you learn from today's topic?
In a nutshell, I think in my endeavor to understanding people, the number you are in your family with many siblings speaks to who you are as a person. And if you need the help, reach out. Good stuff happening there.
Yeah, you had it. Bazenga.
Yes. One, respect your firstborns. Respect us. We have carried the cross. We were beaten for you. We were the rule book that raised you. I mean, literally, we were the blueprint of how we came out. But anyway, yeah, firstborns, lastborns, you're all important. You all play a role in the family, but respect your elders. I'm just saying that from the perspective of a firstborn. And last but not least, hey, the way some of us are going in this life, you might want to consider arranged marriages. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not that they keep saying that there's someone who has been made for you. You're clearly not seeing who that person is. You need some help.
Maybe true.
Daphney.
Well,
Closing remarks.
Your girl D, Dapho, it's been amazing. My take would be just play the role that you are in. Kawa ni lastborn, kwa tu lastborn. Kawa unapenda kubembelezwa. Bembelezwa. Kawa ni firstborn unataka kubembeleza. Bembeleza. But
Firstborn tunapenda kubembeleza. Hatujabembeleza in our own lives.
But in real sense, if I dated a firstborn, ningekuwa nambembeleza.
That's true.
It's just an instinct. Because I feel like I've gotten so much attention growing up.
No, you need to give it.
Yeah.
Firstborns, you guys are real. Male children, you guys are the realest. Lastborns, we are the most perfect. Just kidding. Anyway, just to finish up is as siblings we also need to stick together before vitu escalate. Nika tu shule kasi student leader before vitu ziende sijui kwa VC ama deal, we must settle it kwa grau. Yes, so tukiwa na shida as a lastborn, firstborns, older siblings come through for us.
Yeah.
I would say we don't know any better, so that's why you guys are here to guide us. Other than that, I think episode 2 would be really hot.
My brother has taken bullets for me.
I mean, the number of bullets my siblings have taken. Nitawanunulia gari.